Well, gamers, what is up? Squirrely here. Thanks for joining me as always. Guess what? It's almost New Year's. Guess what? It's almost Smissmas. And there's plenty of other people talking about the predictions and the hype and all that stuff for the new TF2 update, because there will be an update, right, Valve? Right? I think there will be. And I'm not going to talk about that today because I think there's something more important going on. I think we are in a bear market right now when it comes to TF2 currency, keys, Tour of Duty tickets, metal, all that good stuff. And if you don't know what bear market is, it basically means things are on sale. There's a discount. It's a decline. If you're talking about the stock market, portfolios, the economy, all that stuff, when you hear bear market, it means things are going down. The price is going down. When you hear bull market, things are going up. Things are increasing in price on the up and up. So right now I think we're in a bear market because keys have hit an all-time low, Tour of Duty tickets have hit an all-time low, and refined is still low. It's pretty much where it's been for a while, but it's obviously super cheap. So to give you guys a quick history lesson, back when I first started trading 6, maybe even 7 years ago, I can't exactly tell because the websites I used to use aren't really around anymore. But when you would buy keys for PayPal, you would go on a website, there'd be a forum, and people would post where they live and what they're selling for, and you would go on there and you have a link for your rep. So basically you would find someone who has a good price, who lives near you, or lives in the same country as you, so you can avoid fees. But you're paying like $2 per key back then, and it seemed like a good deal because keys, other than that, you had to buy them on Steam Marketplace, or Steam Community Market, and they were, $250 or more. If you buy from the Manco store, they're $250. So you're like, well, $2, that's a good deal. I'm saving 50 cents. And it was back then because there wasn't a whole lot of sellers. So there wasn't a whole lot of buyers either. So that's just kind of where it bottomed out and where it evened out. And then TF2 Outpost came out. Backpack.tf started using their trust for basically PayPal trades and money trades. So that meant there's more sellers. It's easier to sell. So keys would eventually go from like $2 to $1.90 to $1.80 or so. And keys pretty much bottomed out at $1.80, $1.85 for a long time. That's what they kind of were. Just the average sale would be about $1.80 to $1.85 depending on how much you're buying. But that was kind of a nice healthy balance where you felt like you're still getting a good deal. The keys weren't too expensive, but they weren't too cheap. But right now, let's jump on marketplace.tf, the homepage. Keys are $1.65. So the same thing happened on here with Marketplace. When they first came out and they were selling keys, they're about $2. I remember seeing them. They're like $2.05, $2.02. And then as more sellers jumped on, they found out it's a legit website, it's safe. The price would come down a little bit more. But keys for a long time on here were the same thing, about $1.80. Then they kind of got stuck around $1.78, $1.75 once in a while. But they've been on this trend where they've been below $1.70 for a while. And there's a huge amount of them for sale, so you can get a lot of keys right now for like $1.65. I saw some for like $1.61 earlier. Some guy put up a bunch of them. So keys are very cheap. If we go over here to Tour of Duty, same thing. Tour of Duty tickets 77 cents. When they first came on here as well, they were like 95 cents, 90 cents, 80 cents. They kind of bottomed out around 85 cents for a while. Now they're 77 cents. Refined metal is still super, super cheap. But you can see on here, for keys, there's 14,724 keys, which is a lot. And part of the reason they're so cheap right now, well, there's multiple reasons. The first one is Scrap.tf bot will jump on here, and other people will jump on, and they'll put on a huge amount of keys. They'll drop like 1,000 keys, and they put the price 1 penny below the next guy because they want to get rid of their keys really quick. And the next person jumps on. So until those 1,000 keys get sold, you got to lowball the next guy by a penny. And you kind of get this snowballing effect where everyone's kind of undercutting each other by like a penny, and then you get this huge mass kind of in the middle that's stuck there. And when someone puts in enough keys, like Scrap.tf bot drops 1,000 keys, that's a lot of keys before the price can move and they get rid of them all. So as of right now, there's just a lot of keys for sale. Usually when I would jump on her, there'd be like 6,000, 7,000 around there. For a while, I think it was floating around 8. Once in a blue moon, we get below like 5 or so, and the price would go up. But we haven't really gone below 10,000, I don't think, in a while. If we do, it's very brief because the bots come on and they put on a ton of keys. Same with Tour of Duty, 4,000, which is higher than normal. I don't remember exactly how many they usually have, but that's a high amount. So another thing that's going on is that it's the end of the year. So if you think about maybe even yourself, end of the year, what do you want? You want money so you can buy stuff. You're buying gifts, you're buying new games. A lot of people have, New Year's resolution. New year, new me. I'm going to start going to the gym again. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to play less video games and focus on school, focus on work. I need to cash out a bunch of my old TF2 stuff that I'm not using or I'm not wearing or whatever it is. So there's a bunch of sellers that jump on here. The same happens if you look on Steam Community Market. Keys, there's 7,234 keys for about $220, $221, and you can see there's a bunch of them. So if you want to load up on keys on here, you're also getting a pretty good deal. But to get back to, it's the end of the year, there's a lot more sellers, and there can only be so many sellers to so many buyers. So if there's 1,000 more extra people selling, but there's only like 100 new people buying, then there's just an overflow, right? The stock is too much. It's going to take a while to kind of chug through those before the price balances out. So looking at the pros and cons, it just depends on where you're coming from. As one of the cons, if you're a seller, you get less money, right? It's not a good time to sell these kind of currencies, refined metal, Tour of Duty tickets, keys, because they're just going for a lot less right now. Also, there's more sellers to compete with. There's just way more people selling right now. And part of it's, you can blame me because I've been promoting marketplace.tf for a while. I've done videos on how to trade on there, how to get real money. I've made a ton of money on there. I've sold thousands of dollars worth of stuff on there. And I've helped train other people and friends on how to do it as well. It's safe, it's easy to do, and it's a great service. So I'm not sponsored by Geel. Maybe I should be. That would be nice. But it's good. But there's more people going to here to sell their stuff, which is a good thing, but then the price comes down with it as well. So if you're a seller, it's not great. You're going to get less money. There's more sellers to compete with. Basically, it also kind of creates fear. When people see that things are going down, they kind of freak out. The same with the real economy in real life in the stock market is people are like, oh, things are going down. They just kind of panic. People panic sell. They, lowball each other harder than normal because they're freaking out. Like, oh my God, our key's going to keep going down? I'm just get rid of them fast. And it kind of, like I said, builds this snowball mentality of people go lower and lower and they want to get rid of things quickly. It's the end of the year. But cheaper isn't always bad, right? Cheaper could be good because if you're a buyer, on the other flip side is, this is a great opportunity. So if you want to play some MVM, Tour of Duty tickets are super cheap, 75, 76, 77 cents. So basically for every 6 or 7 to 10 Tour of Duty tickets you buy now, you get like another one for free. They're 10 or 15 cents cheaper than they usually are, which is awesome. So you can play Tour of Duty for a lot cheaper. If you want to try to win that golden pan, you can do that for cheaper. Or if you want to buy keys, it's an excellent time to buy keys, $1.65. I've even seen some people dropping like a couple hundred keys for like $1.62, $1.60 flat. So if you're looking to trade and you're going to pay keys, it's a great time. You can get some really good deals right now. Or if you want to, I just recently bought a golden pan. If I wanted to buy all strictly keys with it, this would be a great time. You jump on here and buy, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400 keys, whatever. And when you're buying that many keys, having a 10, 15 cent discount is a lot of money. It goes a long way. So on that end, it's also, like I said, it's just better for people who want to buy and trade for stuff. Think about unusual taunts that are like 6, 7 keys. I mean, if you're buying them for this cheap, you can get unusual taunt for like $10 or $11, which is ridiculous, which is a lot cheaper than you'll find them for anywhere else. Another pro, if you want to flip it actually, and if you're selling keys directly on here, it's not a great thing, or Tour of Duty tickets, but if you're selling items, which you can do, and I've been doing this for a while, is sell your items, sell your unusual, sell your factory new skin, sell your whatever it is, sell your taunt on here for cash, and then you can buy keys for a lot cheaper with that cash. So I've done this with a lot of things. I'll buy something on Steam Community Market for really cheap because I had a buy order from it. I'll jump on here and I'll sell it for way more than I should in cash because it's like the only one for sale. And then I can buy like 20% more keys because keys are cheaper. So there's all kinds of tricks you can do with kind of cross trading and doing things like that instead of just trading things strictly for keys to keys or ref to keys or money to keys. There's a lot of different ways to get more bang for your buck. Make 10% here, 20% there. And once you repeat that, it's kind of like the stock market. If you know what you're doing, you can get a much higher return rate than normal, just trading normally. I think this is a great opportunity for buyers. If you want to take advantage of this, like I said, this is a bear market. Things are cheap. This is kind of our currency that we use for TF2 trading. So if you want to buy a cool hat for the holidays, if you've been looking to saving up to buy, some Tour of Duty tickets for MVM Tour for you and your friends, or you're looking to get a gift for your friend, it's a great time to buy right now. So in that aspect, it's great. So that's what you're supposed to do. Just like in real life, the stock market, when it's in a bear market and things are down cheap, you kind of find those golden nuggets and those opportunities to find a really good company or a really good stock at a cheap price. You load up on it when it's cheap and you just let that baby ride and go up and up and up. And then when it's at its peak, you pull out and you just do it over. You repeat. Now, this isn't exactly the same because I don't think keys or Tour of Duty tickets are going to go up 20% or go back to $2, but I do think they're going to go back up after the holidays, after the new year. Whenever there's a long stretch without an update or there's just not a whole lot going on, there's not a whole lot of activity because people are busy, it's the holidays and all that stuff. Things kind of mellow out. Like I said, people are getting rid of stuff because it's the new year. So we're at a time right now. Who knows how long it's going to last? 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it may be. But keys, Tour of Duty tickets, Refined is super, super cheap. So if you're looking to do some trading, it's a great time to buy. If you're looking to sell some items, to buy keys with that, to do trading, it's a great time to sell your items directly. So this is pretty cool. Hopefully you guys agree. This is something definitely interesting that I noticed. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I know once in a while keys will be cheap because someone jumps on and, low balls, but they've been cheap for a while and they keep getting cheaper. So we don't know where the bottom is. I don't think keys are going to be $1.50 tomorrow, so you shouldn't wait too long. But right now they're really cheap, so it's a pretty cool time if you want to buy. I've already kind of spent my keys to buy my golden pan, which actually I haven't named it yet. So thank you guys for all the comments. There's some really, really good names in there. It's going to be hard to pick, honestly, and maybe I'll just rename it every week for the fun of it. I'm not sure. But the golden pan's been a lot of fun to use. I'll keep getting footage with it. There's a lot of people are asking me for more footage, and it's fun to drop them and see people's reaction. It's like just a really pure, innocent form of TF2 when like a newer player has never seen a golden pan and they see it for the first time. They're just like, they freeze and they're like, whoa, what is that? Like your first time seeing an unusual, if you can think back to that. It's like this bliss, this like moment in time, like, am I dreaming? What is that? That's a golden pan. So it's fun to have that. I always drop them in game for people and let them enjoy them. So anyways, I'm getting off topic, but like I said, we're in a bear market for TF2 currency. Go buy some keys, jump in MVM. It's really cheap right now. Thank you guys for joining me as always. I hope to see you during the Smithmas update. If you see me, feel free to say hi, what's up, and until next time, go buy some keys. Peace.
Something alright.
Oh my god, why?
Oh, nice market garden soldier, that was sick. Medic!
Medic!